and this is the big benefit I'm going to share with you right now in incorporating your property portfolio. If John sells his properties over here, he's going to pay capital gains tax on 450 million, isn't he? And how much is that? A lot of money. A lot of money. You said 180, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to go with 180. It doesn't matter what it is, it's a big number. 180 million. It's 28%. 180 million. That's a lot of tax to pay. If John and his partner, Judy, incorporate, the properties move into a limited company, okay, and you don't pay any capital gains tax. If John then, so when the properties move into his limited company, the value of those properties, which you asked this question about the entries for a holding company, those properties now on his balance sheet in his limited company are worth 450 million. Okay, and then in exchange he or they get shares, and obviously you have to refinance, so you'll have 450 million pound worth of assets less the debt. Whatever's left over is the value of John and Judy's shares. So we're not going to get into that complicated scenario, we'll keep it simple. John and Judy have a limited company now where they've got 450 million pound worth of property. If John and Judy start selling those properties one by one, and
Are they not, sorry, are they not 500 mil? Because that's what you said they were worth.
it is 500 million.
450 was the difference between purchase and...
You're right.
Thank you.
Okay. See, that was planted by me, John, in case you're wondering, because you was paying attention. I wish I had a book to give to you, but I don't.
Can't do mine.
Oh, here you go, John. Good man. So it is 500 million. So he's got 500 million pound worth of properties, yeah? Which he paid how much for? 50, okay. Now, and how many properties has he got? 50. So how much is each property worth now?
About 10.
10 million. So if he sells, and he bought each property for £1 million, if he sells it today in the open market value, okay, at open market value, he'll pay capital gain, or they'll pay capital gain tax on 9 million, yeah? Agreed? Once they've incorporated, if John and Judy now sell a property for £10 million in their limited company, how much tax are they going to pay on that gain?
Anything above 10?
Sorry?
Everything above 10? No? Or 9?
So remember, John and Judy paid £1 million each.
Yeah.
That's the cost. The value today is 10 million. If they sell the property for 10 million, Oliver, how much in the limited company, how much tax are they going to pay?
Well, it's based on 9 million, isn't it?
So they're going to pay tax on
28%. Or
so they're going to pay tax on 9 million at what rate?
20?
There's zero if they reinvest them.
It doesn't matter, because what answer you give me is going to be wrong, by the way. So
Yeah.
okay.
It's a trick question, I wasn't wrong about
They
that.
pay zero. Because it's in the company at 10, they've sold it for 10, there's no gain.
That's what I first said.
Did you?
I led myself away from the right answer, didn't I?
You did. And how often have you done that in your life?
Too many times.
So have I, by the way. John, you're right. So the big benefit of incorporating is to rebase the value of the properties in a limited company. However, if you sell all the shares in your company, you're going to have a huge tax bill. Because if the, let's just go back to the properties are worth 500 million, and let's say, Richard, how much, what's the maximum loan you can get on 500 million? Residential property?
400.
Okay, 400 million. So the value of their shares will be 100 million. If they then sell, so let's say a pension fund comes along and says we'll buy an entire portfolio from you, not for 500 million, for 480 million, because they're looking for a discount. And you sell the shares to the pension company, you're going to pay tax on 380 million, 480 million minus the 100 million pounds, which is the value of your shares. So we don't want to do that. But if you sell the properties individually, one by one, your purchase price, okay, for tax purposes, which is called your base cost, your purchase price, which is the base cost, is going to be the value of the property when you moved it into a limited company. So if John and Judy start selling those properties very quickly, okay, they may pay 0 tax on most of them, or a very low amount of tax. The only problem they're going to have, John, is they'll have all the money stuck in the company. Yeah? But that's not a bad thing, because they can do something else with it, couldn't they? As in invest it elsewhere, or do something else, or draw down on it slowly over a number of years as their pension pot, and then pay tax on it as and when they draw down the money personally. Yeah? So that's the big benefit of, I'll come to Section 7. That's the big benefit of incorporating. Section 24 is the side benefit. Okay? The uplift in the base cost is a big benefit. Yes, sir?
So my brother and I have a commercial property that we currently, as private individuals, that we rent out to our family business, which is a limited company. We're currently looking to develop the site into residential.
Yep. The whole site, or just the...
Currently we're looking probably the whole site.
Okay.
And so either to get planning permission with it and then sell it out, but more likely to do a joint venture with somebody.
Okay.
Would it work for us to incorporate the site before we do anything with it?
It depends what you want to do with the money, but if the idea is to take those funds and reinvest them in other property deals or invest them in another business,
yeah,
then yes. If you want to use the funds personally to pay off your mortgage or something else,
yeah,
then possibly not.
okay.
Okay. But if you are going to invest it elsewhere, then do it before the planning game, because then that uplift will be stuck in the company, and you'll pay less tax.
So what I would do is we keep some of the property, if you do a bunch of measures, the properties we keep and rent, and
Yeah.
then whatever is posted to the person we do joint venture
Yeah.
with, I think we have to pick up.
Yeah, so you can move it into the company. Or you can have an option agreement with a company, so you form a new limited company, option agreement, the company pays all the planning costs, you agree to sell the property at a fixed value, fixed today, at some point in the future, and make the option open-ended or for the next 10 years, and within 10 years you'll definitely know whether you can get planning or not, and then move the property into a limited company. Because if you move it now, and you don't get the planning.
Planning is pretty much for areas, that's not going to be a problem, it's just get to walk the dog.
Okay.
And then it'll probably happen, you'll be going to have
Yeah, I'd still go down the option 4, just in case there's a change in the local plan or something else which makes it complicated for you. Or you get the planning, but it's not what you wanted, so you're going for a high number of units and then they give you less units and you think that isn't worth doing. So I would move the property, I don't know, an option agreement or a conditional contract which says once you gain planning, you have to sell the property to the company.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, by the way, make sure you click like, subscribe and post a comment because that tells me that you're engaging and you're finding the content useful. And if you like this video, make sure you check out this video here because it's the next stage in terms of your learning and development.